Howdy y'all, today we are going to be doing a practice lesson on how to do this whole flipped classroom shindig. So what we're going to do a practice lesson on today is actually long addition, which I hope is something we all already know how to do. But if it's something we're still a little rusty on, preferably in the younger grades I teach, then this will be a quick review, and hopefully if we do know it, it'll just be an opportunity for us to figure out how exactly this YouTube thing works. So, let's get started. Long addition comes up all the time, so a problem where you might see this would be if I'm wondering, Mr. O'Connor has, we're going to make this 2070, let's say hairs on his chin. I'm going to write that Mr. Costello has at least 5 times that many. Let's make that like 8,000. That's not quite 5 times, but that's okay. 345 hairs on his chin, because Mr. Costello is much better at growing facial hair than I am. If I want to know how many total hairs we have, then I'm going to have to add. There we go. So this might be a problem that you would get. Hopefully your problem makes a little more sense. I'm trying to figure out how much hair is on someone's chin, but that is okay. What we're obviously going to need to do is recognize that I have a lot, Mr. C has a lot, and I want to know how many total, so I'm going to be adding. So let's get into the actual long addition. If I have 2070, we'd be adding 8,345. We're just going to add these up and see what happens. So 0 plus 5 is 5. 7 plus 4 is going to be 11. Here's where the tricky part comes in. So 7 plus 4 is 11. I can't just write 11 here, because then I won't have anywhere to write the 0 plus 3. So instead, I'm going to stick this 1 somewhere else, and it's going to go up top. I'm just going to write a 1 right up here, and this right here is going to make the 11. And let me get rid of that. If we go through, 1 plus 3 is going to be 4. And I get that from the 1 that came from the 7 plus 4, and from the 3 that's already there. Then I have 2 plus 8, which is 10. Technically, I should put a 0, carry the 1, and this is just a 1 here by itself. So the 0, or the 1 would come down. I keep the comma, and I have 10,415. Which, if we look at our numbers, each of us has less than 10,000, but still in the thousands. That kind of makes sense. So I'm going to make sure I write hairs, because that's what we're talking about, and box that in. We're going to do about 2 more examples just for fun. My next example is going to be 4,312 plus 5,720. This is going to be just like the last one. I'm just going to add straight down. So my 2 plus my 0 is 2. My 1 plus my 2 is 3. 3 plus 7 is 10. So I keep the 1's digit, and I move over the 10's digit. And I have 1 plus 4 plus 5. 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 5 is 10 again. 0, carry my 1. There's nothing there, so I'm just going to move the 1 down. Once again, I end up with 10,000 something. I guess I'm not very good at writing these problems. We're getting about the same answers. We'll try something a little bit stranger. For our last problem, that will give us a different answer, because it's going to be 734 plus 6,428. So, again, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're just adding straight down. 4 and 8 is 12. That's 1, 2, so we're going to leave the 2, carry the 1. 1, 3, and 2 is going to be 6. 7 and 4 is 11, so I leave the 1, carry the 1. And 1 plus 6 is going to be 7. Leaving us with 7,162. And just like that, we're all done with the video. What we're going to want to do now is that normally there would be practice problems in the book. Since none of our books actually have a lesson on Long Addition, because we should know that by now, I'll give you some practice problems, and we'll talk about where they would go. Other than that, have a delightful day, and I would normally say I'll see you tomorrow, but I guess I'm seeing you right now, so continue having a delightful day. Toodles.